There was a time when I looked at anger as something separate from me. I would say, I am angry, or I feel anger, as if there were two things present. One who was observing, and another thing called anger being observed. I thought there was a me standing apart from the emotion, watching it, judging it, trying to control it, or trying to let it go. But the more I looked within, the more I began to see something deeper. Krishnamurti said, "The observer is the observed." At first, this sounds simple, but when it is truly examined, it cuts deeply into the illusion of separation. When anger arises, is there really a separate observer apart from the anger? Is there truly an I standing outside of it? Or is the one who says, "I am angry," part of the same movement? I began to see that the observer and the observed are not two. The anger, the thought about the anger, the one judging the anger, and the one trying to be free from anger, are all movements within the same field of awareness. The mind creates division. It says, "This is me, and that is anger." Then it says, "I must not identify with the anger." But even that statement can become another subtle form of identity. Who is the I that says, "I must not identify"? That question brings a deeper clarity. It is not that I must fight anger. It is not that I must suppress it. It is not that I must pretend to be beyond it. The real understanding is much simpler and much quieter. Anger arises, that is all. It appears in awareness. It moves through the body. It may come with heat, tension, thoughts, stories, memories, or reactions. But if it is not claimed, if it is not fed by the thought, "This is mine," then it begins to lose its power. The anger itself is not the problem. The problem begins when the mind takes ownership of it. I am angry. They made me angry. I should not feel this way. I need to get rid of this. All of these thoughts strengthen the sense of a separate self. They create the one who is angry, the one who is hurt, the one who must defend, explain, attack, or escape. But when anger is simply seen, without ownership, something different happens. It is allowed to arise. It is allowed to remain for a moment. And it is allowed to pass. Like a cloud moving across the sky, it does not stain the sky. Like a wave rising in the ocean, it does not become separate from the ocean. The wave appears, moves, and dissolves. The ocean remains as it is. In the same way, anger may arise, but awareness is not injured by it. Awareness does not become angry. Awareness does not need to resist it. Awareness does not need to claim it. It simply sees. This is where my understanding has grown. Before, I may have said, "The anger and I are one, but I should not be attached." That was a good beginning. But now I see more clearly that even the idea of "I should not be attached" can still contain a subtle doer. It can still imply that there is someone separate who must manage the experience. Now the seeing is quieter. Anger arises in awareness. If it is claimed, it becomes personal. If it is resisted, it becomes stronger. If it is judged, it becomes conflict. But if it is simply observed without ownership, it naturally dissolves. There is no need to become the controller of anger. There is no need to become the one who is spiritually above anger. There is only the clear seeing that anger is a passing movement. It is not permanent. It is not the self. It has no independent power unless the mind gives it identity. This does not mean ignoring anger. It does not mean becoming passive or unconscious. It means seeing anger so completely that there is no separation between the observer and what is observed. In that seeing, the false division collapses. There is no separate me fighting anger. There is only anger arising and passing in awareness. And when it passes, what remains? Silence. Not a silence that I created, not a silence that belongs to me, not a silence that comes because I succeeded in controlling myself, It is the silence that was already present before the anger appeared, during its movement, and after it dissolved. That silence is not touched. This is the deeper understanding. Anger is not denied, but it is not worshipped. It is not suppressed, but it is not followed. It is not claimed, but it is not feared. It is seen. And in true seeing, it loses its grip. The observer is the observed, means there is no separate self standing apart from experience. The one who reacts, the reaction itself, and the effort to escape the reaction are all movements of mind. When this is seen clearly, the mind becomes quiet, because there is no longer a battle to maintain. Anger arises. Unclaimed, it passes. Awareness remains untouched. And beyond even the word awareness, there is only the silent truth that cannot be named. That is the letting go. Not a personal letting go, not an effort, not a practice of becoming, but the natural dissolving of what was never truly separate. Help me to grow the channel beyond the I am. If this resonated with you, please like, subscribe, and share it with anyone who may be seeking the same silence.